how are they going to sanction this? What are the rules? What are the limitations, all that stuff? That's quite literally their job.
Mike Tyson has officially announced the rules for his upcoming fight with Jake Paul, confirming that it will be a professional bout. But that's not all. Tyson has also issued a new warning to Paul. The boxing legend has already kicked off his training camp and has been keeping fans in the loop with regular updates on In one of Iron Mike's latest Snapchat posts, he issued a new warning to Jake Paul, captioning his training footage with the message, "You ain't ready for me." In response, Paul released his own training video, firing back with a warning of his own as the anticipation for their bout continues to build.
Day one of training.
Jake Paul recently shared a major update on Instagram, humorously referring to it as his first official day of training camp. The 26-year-old captioned the video, *Day one of sending Mike Tyson back to his podcast for good, making a dramatic entrance. Paul stepped off a private jet dressed in festive attire, walking with confidence toward a luxurious destination to kick off his training journey. Later in the footage, he's seen gripping a plush champagne bottle while surrounded by a lively crowd, singing along to the iconic song *Freed from Desire. In a follow-up post, Paul declared, "He may be stronger, he may be more experienced, but he will not outwork me, that I guarantee you." He revealed that he's training at high altitude 6,000 feet alongside Olympic athletes, sharing with viewers that he's pushing himself to new limits. Here's the full video.
You really thought I was partying? We out here, high altitude, Colorado Springs, with the Olympians, Team USA Boxing. Let's get it. Let's go.
In another video, Jake Paul is seen training with USA Boxing, showcasing his determination as he prepares for his upcoming fight against Mike Tyson. However, Paul appears to be subtly hinting that he's not taking the bout entirely seriously, stance that may not come as a surprise to fans. Given the 31-year age gap between him and Tyson, here's the latest training footage.
What's up, man? How are you, Jake? Nice to meet you as well. How are you? USA, come on.
In addition, Jake Paul has responded to recent footage of 57-year-old Mike Tyson, acknowledging the potential challenge posed by the former undisputed world champion. Paul took to Instagram with a bold message, writing, "I'm going to bite your ear off, Mikey, *." He also shared his latest training video, offering a glimpse into day 3 of his camp and providing fans with an update on his progress.
Day 3, Mikey, your hands can't hit, but your eyes can't see. Whoop.
Many initially believed Mike Tyson might be past his prime, but those doubts appear to be easing, especially for UFC President Dana White. Speaking on Lex Fridman's podcast, White shared that he recently spoke with Tyson's wife and learned the 57-year-old legend is taking the fight very seriously. "At least I know he's training for it," White said. "I love Mike Tyson. I'm not a fan of anybody fighting at our age, but he's a grown man. He's going to do what he's going to do." Despite concerns from medical professionals, some warning of potential brain damage, Tyson is pushing forward with full intensity. His trainer, Rafael Cordero, affirmed on the MMA Hour that Tyson is not just showing up for show. The guy didn't have 20 fights in 2 years. He knows how to fight. He's gone up against the best in the world. When he steps into the ring, he knows what to do. This fight is no different. He's coming for a knockout. Meanwhile, British Boxing Board of Control General Secretary Robert Smith expressed deep skepticism about the bout. Speaking in an interview covered by Boxing Scene, Smith questioned the legitimacy and safety of the matchup. "I can't believe it. Really, who's organizing it? Who's doing the medicals? It's a 50-year-old man fighting someone 30 years younger. It's very difficult to understand. It's ridiculous." Smith also highlighted a critical but often overlooked aspect. While most of the attention is on Tyson's health, Jake Paul's well-being seems to be flying under the radar. So how do you go about sanctioning it? Whether it's a professional contest depends on the Texas Boxing Commission. They're saying they're going to do it, but I really can't answer that. Rumors suggest that event organizers are in discussions with the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation to secure professional sanctioning. If approved, this would mark Tyson's first official professional bout since 2005. However, if designated as an exhibition, it would follow the same format as Tyson's 2020 fight against Roy Jones Jr., which ended in a draw and was contested. Without headgear, renowned journalist Ariel Helwani also weighed in on the MMA Hour, adding to the ongoing debate and public scrutiny surrounding the event.
I want to see what the rules are. I want to see is it pro or is it exhibition? I just want to see. There's still some answers to be revealed to us.
Ariel Helwani further mentioned that the rounds would be heavyweight rounds and emphasized that no headgear would be involved. He added, "They're still working on a few important details. Is it a pro or exhibition? They want pro, but that's up to the Texas Commission. I'm told heavyweight rounds, they're working on that as well. I'm told there is absolutely no headgear involved." Helwani also added that the match was expected to resemble a typical boxing match. However, there was uncertainty about whether it would be an exhibition or a standard professional heavyweight fight without any restrictions. He added, "This is going to look like a typical boxing match. But is it an exhibition like Tyson's last fight against Roy Jones in 2020? Or is it just a normal pro heavyweight fight with no strings attached?" Information regarding the altercation has been somewhat limited. However, Derek Chisora, a former contender in the heavyweight division, asserts to possess insider knowledge. On the matter, he asserts that the slugfest will essentially resemble a sparring match, complete with headguards and 18-ounce gloves. Speaking to Radio Raheem, Chisora said, "I know for a fact they are using 18-ounce gloves and headguards. If I'm not mistaken, I think so. So we're watching a sparring match, it's a joke. You think I'm paying to watch that?" No official announcement has been made regarding the regulations or weight division for the Paltiste match, nor has there been clarification on whether it will be classified as a professional bout or an exhibition match. However, Nikisa Baidarian, one of the minds behind Most Valuable Promotions, Paul's renowned promotional enterprise, holds firm in the conviction that the forthcoming event is poised to rewrite the annals of boxing history. He said, "Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is a once-in-a-lifetime dream matchup, and I anticipate it will be the most watched boxing event in modern boxing history." Nikisa Baidarian likewise dismissed all speculation regarding the utilization of headgear in the upcoming match. He said unequivocally, "There is no headgear for Paul versus Tyson." Haters spreading fake news, but it won't stop the tens of millions of views. Tyson's final bout in the ring ended with a loss to Kevin McBride close to 20 years in the past. Now, he finds himself preparing to square off against an opponent nearly 3 decades younger than him. Nevertheless, Iron Mike has already cast his forecast for the unfolding of the match. Speaking after the announcement was made, he said, "He's grown significantly as a boxer over the years, so it will be a lot of fun to see what the will and ambition of a kid can do with the experience and aptitude of the greatest of all time." Earlier this month, a video shared on TikTok by the creator known as MorePick suggested that Paul would have to don headgear akin to that of an amateur boxer, whereas Mike Tyson would opt to go without any protective gear. But wait, Morpy went on to assert another outlandish notion that Jake could potentially tag in his elder sibling Logan Paul should he find himself fatigued. A suggestion promptly brushed off by Jake as utterly absurd.
The Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight might not be happening anymore after the insane rules for this fight were leaked and Jake Paul received massive pushback from the internet. When people found out that Jake Paul was going to be able to fight at a heavier weight, untested for drugs, with headgear, and with the ability to tag his brother in at the same time, they hated it.
Jake Paul responded to these discussions in a March 21st podcast episode, expressing his dismay that millions of people believed such rumors. He said, "It's so sad that millions of people believe that. It's absurd. First of all, obviously, none of that's true. They're so stupid. Anyone who believes that should not be allowed to vote." Meanwhile, boxing icon Teddy Atlas has cast skepticism over the forthcoming showdown, suggesting that there might be some prearranged outcome between the two contenders. Atlas said, "Unless this is a WWE agreement, which I don't know that it is. I never said this before because I think all these fights are legitimate. And they are, and have been, but this one makes me wonder." Moreover, his apprehensions surfaced regarding Tyson, highlighting the substantial age disparity between the combatants. Tyson, aged 58, is slated to enter the boxing ring opposite Paul, who at 28 significantly dwarfs him in youthfulness. Atlas said, "I'm not questioning the integrity of Paul. In fact, I like his integrity. I like what I've seen in the guy. I'm just saying, if there was a time I would question it, this would be the time. I can't see unless Paul is that confident that Tyson is too old now and he's that good because Paul has been getting more confident, and he does have a good right hand and does punch well with it, and Tyson leads with left hooks." Atlas commented that Paul might believe he has a chance to land a right hand, but he was uncertain. He noted that this was the first time he found himself pondering whether there was an agreement in place. because without one, Paul might be making a mistake. Atlas added, maybe Paul thinks he can hit him with the right hand. I don't know. All I know is that this is the first time I've said, I wonder if there's an agreement. Because if there's no agreement, Paul might be making a mistake. Regardless, the event is poised to captivate a global audience, with both fighters bringing their unique strengths and personalities into the ring. So, that's all from today's video.